special guest. Let go of his. You get no sleep. I couldn't do that. Main character kind of had a birth plan and like they grow out of it. You don't need to get expensive stuff for your baby. Say, oh, they're expensive. We listen, we don't judge. You just smell different. I didn't know that. Obviously, I don't know what I was thinking. I would feel irritated. I would feel angry. I'd feel disgusted. I couldn't even look at my camera. I'm not going crazy. Yeah, I'm not going crazy. My left boob is bigger than my right boob. Yeah, so this last one, your baby will feed like their lives depend on it. Well, it does. Just had, you know what I mean? Like, you've just had your milk. Calm down. Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today we have a special guest here. This video actually is about you. Could you let go? He's holding onto my hand. Like let me just open my book real quick because I've got some notes about you. It's about you. Okay guys, so our guest is gone because our guest was playing up. So I made my coffee. I made some notes. This is my notes. Reason why I have my notes is like I was writing down things that I went through. So this is like from like what I went through. Like I made notes as I was going, you know, through it. This is a video about things I wish I knew before having kids, or like somebody would have given me a heads up. Things I wish I knew. I'm just trying to give someone a heads up because this right here. Hey, don't you dare stand on my tablet. So yeah, 1. You get no sleep. You get no sleep. When I first gave birth and like I was not having no sleep, I felt like my world was shutting down. When people say you don't get sleep, like you actually do not get sleep. Like sometimes I was running on 2 hours sleep within 24 hours because when I wanted to sleep, that's when he wants to be awake. It's okay for people that have like the support, because my mom is back home. So but it's okay for people that have the support. That's fine. Like, you know, if you have the support, yeah, cool. But my mom is back home, and so it's just me. If you have someone to have the baby and then you sleep, that's fine. Like, do that. But I couldn't do that. So the birth plan is unnecessary. So in like some cases, birth plan, you know, kind of goes according to plan, but there's always an entrance. Like your baby always wants to make an entrance, always wants to be like main character. You don't want to come in this world the way you want them to come. So birth plans are like they're kind of unnecessary because as you saw on my channel, I kind of had a birth plan. My baby wanted to make an entrance. I didn't have a vaginal birth. I had a C-section. So, and that's not what I planned for. But babies do not need expensive things. When I say babies don't need expensive things, like, you know, people want to get their children the most expensive things and like they grow out of it. You don't need to get expensive stuff for your baby. You just need to get like the necessities. Some people still say, oh, they're expensive. For example, yeah, like you can actually go on Facebook Market and like find you like stuff for the baby on a budget. Half of the things, not half of the, but like most of the things that we bought for the baby, he actually didn't end up using it. Like he's used it probably like 1 or 2 times, and you can get a cheaper one. 9 out of 10 they probably won't be using it. Like we listen, we don't judge. On this channel we listen, we don't judge. Okay, I don't think it's only me because I've watched other people go through this, and like a sister will back a sister up. During postpartum I smelled bad. It's a different kind of smell though. Like I'm not gonna lie, like you just smell different. Like I would have a shower, but then I'm not gonna elaborate on it. You smell bad. Like I would have a shower and I'm like, and some people will be like, oh, you're not having a shower properly. It's a different kind of smell. Like until you go through it, then you will understand. Like when I was watching other people's videos and they were like, oh, I smell like onions, I smell like this, but like it's a different kind of smell. Like I don't know how to explain it. I'm not gonna elaborate on it. I'm just gonna move on. Through experience, breast milk stains. It's not like a regular stain. It literally stains your clothes. I had to learn it the hard way. You know, sometimes it actually does not come out of your clothes. It actually stays. In some of my clothes, it actually stained it like really badly and it didn't come out. When I first became a mom, I wasn't pumping. There was times where like I would go out and then like I wasn't pumping within the time frame and it would leak. And it actually would leak through the nipple patch. Is that what it's called? The nipple patch cover up. Be careful with that. If you're a new mom, if you're about to like give birth, or if you're already a new mom, you already know about this. I didn't know that. Obviously there are things that you don't know until you're like on the job. Becoming a mom is you actually learn on the job, because I don't know what I was thinking, but like babies need help to like pass wind. They need help, like need to like burp them. Sometimes it doesn't end up coming this way, so it goes that way. What I've learned with my son is like I do the bicycle and then I put him on the side and he just like, you know, If I had learned this like the earlier, it would have probably helped me. He was having the grunting syndrome, and I didn't know this until I went on TikTok, and I was searching it up, and I was like, why is my son like making these noise? And then I saw other moms on talking about it, and then like there was pediatricians talking about it, saying like it's grunting syndrome, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like eventually it's gonna pass as they grow older. Bowel muscles not matured, so you learn on the job. Breastfeeding can actually affect your emotion. When I was in the hospital, it didn't really happen to me. It started happening to me when I was at home. I was breastfeeding or like pumping. I would feel irritated. I would feel angry. I'd feel disgusted. I don't know. I honestly didn't know like why I felt that way as I was like breastfeeding or pumping. I just felt irritated. I honestly, this is so weird, but I couldn't even look at my cat as I was breastfeeding or pumping. I felt irritated looking at him. I just had to like pump or breastfeed like in a different room. Like that's so weird. I don't know what that was about. I went on TikTok because TikTok these days is like a doctor, you know, you go to the GP. TikTok is a GP, and I was searching up like, you know, what's that about, like does anybody else feel the same? This woman I saw, a doctor, do the video explaining what it was, and I was like, I'm not going crazy. Yeah, I'm not going crazy. Like this is actually something that happens. Like some people don't know about it, or some people like don't experience it, but like I experienced it heavy, and because of that, it used to happen with the right boob. Like I used to feel more irritated, like more. I didn't want to breastfeed off of the right one because I felt that those emotions off of the right. So I was breastfeeding more on the left. So now my left boob is bigger than my right boob. If I do end up having a second child, I'm gonna obviously make sure it's balanced because we don't want to have bad posture. Well, not that I have bad, I'm just joking. This is also something that I've learned on the job after wasting quite a lot of money. You don't choose your baby soother, they choose it. Like you buy but they choose. You can end up buying like 10 different soothers. It could be the most expensive one. Like that's what I did. My baby was like, I'm not gonna have that, I'm gonna have this one. But after buying all these soothers, when he chose which one he wanted, I would say maybe buy one, because I was so stupid. I bought like probably like 4 of each soothers, and they were not cheap. So yeah, I ended up like, you know, giving some of them away, but I've still got some left. So this is number 9. I haven't been saying the numbers, but number 9, these are all things I learned the hard way. But like, you don't lay your baby down like at least 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes before laying your baby down after you fed them. So do not lay them down for 20 minutes after they've been fed, because they're going to like spit. Yeah, so this last one I kind of like struggled with this one, because so this last one is your baby will feed like their lives depend on it. Well, it does, but I'm saying like they will feed like they haven't been fed before. Like you feed them like 15 minutes after they're like, you know, panic attack, where's the food? Like you've just had, you know what I mean, like you've just had your milk, calm down. But yeah, I'm acting like you know, I don't behave like that when I don't have my food. Like I have a panic attack and I'm like, where's my food? He was cluster feeding, so my nipple was in bits. It was falling apart. It was falling apart because he wanted to like feed every 15 minutes. But that could be too. He was cluster feeding, or I wasn't providing enough milk, which I'm leaning towards that more, because you don't know how much milk is coming out of your boob. You know, you may think that there's a lot coming out, but there's not really a lot coming out. Your baby might want to feed because, you know, it wasn't enough for them, whereas you think that they're feeding. But that's why I started pumping, because now I can monitor how much he's having. I can't be like, oh, you've just had boobs. No, like I'm monitoring how much he's having, and it's putting me at ease. I'm like, am I not feeding my child enough? And obviously, like as a mom guilt really eats at you. It really does. And I actually didn't know like this existed until like I became a mom. Like mom guilt is like, this is the bonus one. Mom guilt eats at you so bad. I hope this video was helpful to whosoever is pregnant. I'm not scaring you, because if someone had told me, I feel that my journey probably would have been a little bit better. Well, a little bit different, not better, because as I've learned for myself, my next baby is not going to be in the ghetto. You know what I mean? Yeah, thank you for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. I haven't even touched my coffee.